What's good, Grind Schoolers? It's your boy Rob, and today we back in the shop. So what we got going down today is we are going to jump 10 toes on this Monte Carlo, man. So I bought some degreaser yesterday. I know I told y'all in my last video that I need to get some more. I got some more, so pretty much I am going to degrease the whole entire engine bay, pressure wash it, clean it up, make it look a lot more presentable than it actually is. Get as much dirt and grease and grime out of there as possible, so that I got a good starting base. And shout out to my homie Jared. He actually came through to pick up the headers that like I didn't get off of the motor. So he came through and he told me a bunch of stuff that I should do to the Monte Carlo to clean up everything that needs to be cleaned up: the T-tops, the quarter panel, everything, the doors, the undercoating, the frame. And so he said that you should probably go to Harbor Freight and get a what's the thing, sandblaster or whatever it's called, and blast the underside of the car. It saved me a lot of time. It's a lot more messy, but it saved me a lot more time than being up under there with a grinder for the whole entire car. Now I will, you know what I'm saying, have some spots where I gotta grind and do all that wire wheel stuff, but for the most part, if I get up under there with the blaster, clean up as much as I possibly can, then, you know, that's where we at. But the first step is to clean everything up. I don't know if I'm gonna get under the car because I gotta lift it up and do all that kind of stuff. I'll probably do that at a different date. So I think I'm gonna just focus on the engine bay area because soon I wanna take the fenders and the inner fender wells out of there and start getting those cleaned up because, like I said, we're running out of time before it starts getting cold. So I probably got a good 2.5 months maybe. So I want to clean all that stuff up, get that stuff done and prepped underneath so that, you know, like at least get the engine bay part done. If I could at least get the engine bay part done, I could do the rest of it while it starts to get cold, so that the underside of the car is very, very clean. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna flip this camera around. I'm gonna show y'all where we're gonna get started, and then we'll go ahead and jump to the video. But before we do that, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, let's get into it. All right, y'all, so I pretty much got everything situated. Like I cleaned up this area a little bit. I gotta clean it up a little bit more. I'm gonna clean this core support as well. So I'm gonna clean the core support because that's a part of the front. I'll clean this as well. Well, I'm kind of apprehensive about cleaning certain things because I don't want it to be rusty and stuff like that. But yeah, so like I got everything underneath cleaned up. I'm gonna go ahead and sweep up all this dust so like when I start spraying the water, it doesn't get all clumped up and gunked up and stuff like that. But as you guys can see, everything is taken out and everything is out of here. I'm probably gonna bungee cord the exhaust up for a little second. I'm gonna take this coolant reservoir tank out of here because I'm not gonna use this. I'll probably go either get a new one or do like a metal one or fabricated one. I don't really know the direction yet. The only reason why I say that is because these will always yellow. They will always yellow. They're never not yellow, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I want to go through that or not. But I got all my degreaser. I'm gonna just spray the hell out of this thing, and then I'm gonna pressure wash everything. I'm gonna get everything all cleaned up the best that I can. I know it's not gonna be all the way clean, but I'm not concerned about like wire wheeling it right now. I just want to get it as clean as possible, and then we'll start taking the fenders and the inner fender and everything else off, giving me better access to the frame. And then at that point, after this is all cleaned up, I'll go ahead and see if I can clean the underside, probably do the blasting and all that kind of stuff, and then we'll do the body mounts. And then after the body mounts, we'll be okay to start trying to paint and everything. But today, only thing we're gonna do is clean everything up, get everything nice and pretty looking in here the best that I can, and then clean this area up because this has been sitting here since we took the motor out. I cleaned a lot of it up, but you know, some of this stuff has been left over. So we gotta get to that. And then, yeah, other than that, man, just keep cleaning the Monte Carlo up until we can put this beast in there. And you know, like I'm trying to take this to another level, you know what I mean? Like I don't want the Monte Carlo to be, you know, you got a LS cool suspension, all that kind of stuff, but drum brakes in the back. Or, you know what I'm saying, everything is solid. Like the Elko, for instance. The Elko is a really nice car, but underneath, it's not as nice as the outside of the car. I've cleaned up the frame, but the underside of the car, I just never got under there and did it. So this car, since the motor's already out, everything is already out, I want to be able to get up under here and, you know, get everything all cleaned up. And I wasn't going to do it. But you know what I mean? Like, I think it deserves it. And to be the type of level of car that I want it to be, it has to get done. So that's where we're starting. And then once we can clean all that up, we can move on to whatever's next. But that's the objective today. Just clean the engine bay out, get some of this loose stuff like this, cheesy ground cable on the back, get that off of there. I'll probably pull this one off too, because we'll probably start body working the firewall. Shout out to Dash, because he said that I can get this stamped, and then he would help me like weld this plate in instead of buying a whole new plate. So that's probably what we're gonna do, because like I said, I want everything to be clean. I want it to be nice. I got a super dope idea for everything that we want to do. Shout out to Warren Gbody as well. Bro, I love the blue inner fender liners. I think you should keep them that way. I know you said you're gonna paint them black, but that's kind of my idea too. I kind of want to have some kind of contrast in here. I want the inner fender liners to match the motor, and then, you know what I'm saying, like I'll show you guys what I'm gonna do with the rest. That's the only thing I'm gonna spoil, but I'll show you guys what I'm gonna do with the rest. But anyways, let me go ahead and start getting this degreaser on there, hook up the pressure washer, and get to work. All right, y'all, we swept up some of that stuff. I got the degreaser everywhere. I got it all over the floor, all over everything. And with that degreaser, it already looks less ashy. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit it off with the pressure washer. I hope this thing doesn't blow off of here, because my pressure washer is messed up. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna turn it on, and then we're gonna see how much of this grime I get off of here. I used 1 whole can of engine degreaser, so I was setting up now. I'm gonna go ahead and get it all sprayed up real quick. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get it all sprayed up. Hopefully it cleans up a lot, so just less work for me. Just make it look real nice and pretty under here. So let me go ahead and hit this pressure washer really fast, and yeah, we'll move on. All right, y'all. So far so good. The pressure washer thing hasn't blown off yet, so hopefully it don't. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and degrease all of this. Like I said, I got degreaser on the floor too, because I wanted to get all that off. But yeah, we're going to get all this cleaned up, man, and looking real right. So let me go ahead and do that, and then once it dry out, I'll show y'all what the end result look like. All right, y'all. So I scooted the car up a little bit to get it out the way, so that I could, you know what I'm saying, move around the car freely. The reason why I had it back so far in the first place is so that we could pull the motor out and I could set it right in front of the car. Now that obviously the motor is gone and it's not here no more, I could scoot the car back up. We'll probably have to put it on some rollers in order to move it around where we need to move it, so we can paint it and stuff. And I don't know if y'all could tell how much more clean it is. It's kind of dried out a little bit now, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you can kind of see it getting down to the frame, the nitty gritty. It looks like it was painted or coated before, because that's not grease. You know what I'm saying? It's like paint or something. But we still got some areas that got some dirt buildup and stuff like that. We'll hit it off again. You could tell the difference there. I hit that off with some oven cleaner, and the pressure washer got the dirt right off. I didn't get right there, so it wouldn't come off right there, but up under the transmission tunnel. So yeah, we're pretty clean now, man. And then we'll just go do the same process throughout the rest of the car. We'll probably sandblast it so that everything is nice and clean, so that we can treat it and everything is all good. So now what we're gonna do is we are gonna take the inner fenders and the outer fenders off of the car. And then I got some fixing to do on this one. This one's like broke a little bit, so we got some fixing to do there. And then that'll allow me access to the whole entire frame. Like I said, I painted the inside of the frame when I did the control arms, but I didn't do all the rest of it, so we'll get all the rest of it. It'll look all nice and good, so that's the next step. And then once this is all painted, looking all nice and pretty, we're gonna smooth the firewall out. We're gonna do a lot of body work on there, weld in some of these holes, like that. That we'll no longer use. We'll no longer use that. We won't use that. All of these bolts here, like I said, Dash said he'll help me out, get those off. So we'll weld in that plate, and then we'll see about getting it stamped first and all that kind of good stuff. Up here, we gotta get all up in there, you know what I mean, real good. We'll probably take this little mechanism apart, sand it down real good, make it nice and smooth. And then, like I said, the fenders and everything being off, I'll have access to that. And then we'll just drape this over the wheel so it's kind of like out the way. And then I might weld in a plate over this, or I might like cut a hole for the plate so I could put the grommet through, put a plate there, weld in the plate so that that big hole is not there. The old harnesses used to have, used to plug in on the outside and then plug into the inside, but this new harness doesn't have that. It was just one wires coming straight from the fuse box, and that's it. So you can see like just how clean it got up in there. I sprayed some oven cleaner up in there. This side's still dirty, so and then obviously, you know what I'm saying, this is my new QA1 parts and all that kind of stuff. Matter of fact, I should get all this water off of there. And then these are all brand new, all that's brand new too. So anyways, y'all, we making progress. We're gonna keep on thugging it out, getting it done, taking care of it so that we can get this car painted, get the motor in it, get the transmission in it, and she is on her way over there. So also the gearbox, I cleaned it up so you can kind of see it looking all trashy now. Pit and arm looks trashy. We'll get all that cleaned up. So but my next time messing with this Monte Carlo will probably be, like I said, cleaning all the rest of this stuff up. And then I gotta finish building the motor. And then after we're done with that, we'll go ahead and start getting stuff done on the outside of the car. Cause yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know she's ready to roll. And you know what I mean? Like, I'm ready to see her roll. I'm ready to roll together, actually. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we getting there. It's slow motion, but it's motion nonetheless. I had so much other stuff I had to take care of. Now that all that's taken care of, we about to be to it. All right, y'all, that's gonna be it for this video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm preparing to get the Monte Carlo all the way together. And you know what I'm saying, the first things first is just to clean it up. Something real quick, something simple, something easy. Because like I said, I'm preparing to get up under there, clean the frame so I could, you know what I'm saying, undercoat, paint, and do the body bushings. And then once all of that is done, we can probably drop the fuel tank. Well, I guess we'll have to drop the fuel tank first, but you know what I'm saying, the fuel tank will be dropped, so then we'll just run all the new fuel lines. We'll undercoat, paint the frame, paint the firewall, smooth it out, do all that good stuff, and then paint the inside of the fenders, and then the inner fender wells and all that kind of good stuff. Try to get all that done before it starts getting cold. I think, like I said, I got about 2.5 months. And then as we start closing that out, we'll go ahead and start running the new fuel line. I want to say brake line, but I'm not sure yet if that's what we're going to do. But for sure, fuel line, get all that stuff done. I got my fuel pump. I got my fuel pump bracket, all that kind of stuff. So we'll get all that stuff ran. And then hopefully by the end of, you know what I'm saying, by the time I get the firewall painted, everything painted up, prep, ready to go, hopefully we'll be able to have gotten the transmission so that we could made it up to the motor, drop the transmission into the car, the motor and transmission into the car, button everything back up, and then we'll start doing the body work on everything else while it starts to get cold. And then after we're done with that, you know what I'm saying, come spring, we'll go ahead and shoot the, or paint the rest of the car. The car should be ready for the summer. So at least that's my plans. That's what I plan to do. In the meantime, in between time, I'll probably run the speaker wire and the radio and all that kind of stuff, because I actually have the wire kit or whatever. Excuse me, I have all that stuff ready to go. So like I said, man, we're working on this Monte Carlo. I'm pretty much done with the El Camino for this season as far as what I wanted to do to it. The Impala is just kind of like a work in progress. It's not too much stuff that need to be done for me to be able to do what I got to do. I just haven't been focused on it. And since it's almost to, like, you know, not necessarily the finish line, but, you know, enough to be able to drive the car when I want to, however I want to, whatever. We're almost there. It's all hands on deck back on the Monte Carlo like it was when it first came home. So like I said, man, we got plenty of work to do, and we're just gonna get it done, man, so that we can enjoy the Monte Carlo. Everything in the garage will be mobile, be moving, driving. And yeah, but anyways, man, before we close out the video, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? Always remember, work hard so you can live free.